Hey YouTube, so this is a computer you haven't seen on camera in a while. This is the Dell XPS T600 that was my very first computer back in 1999. And I guess the reason I haven't shown it on camera in a while is because I really haven't done much with it in terms of upgrading. It's been pretty much the same thing since you saw it last, but well, that is until today. You see, a few weeks ago I attempted an experiment on this, which is something that become pretty common among my friends, which is taking the old hard drive on older computers like this and replacing it with a CF card using one of these CF to ID adapters. This is a laptop one, but you get the idea. It's a CF to ID adapter. And well, the reason they do that, if you're wondering, is for extra reliability, because as you know, flash memory is a lot more reliable than mechanical hard drives. And also longevity, because unfortunately these old hard drives are starting to die out these days. So, you know, given this is my first computer, I decided to do it on this. So I bought an adapter as well as a 16 gig CF card and installed it in here, and I had the most trouble with it ever. What happened was, it's a little hard to explain, but pretty much it acted as if it was a bad hard drive in terms of bad sectors and stuff like that. It would just give me an error and not continue setup, and that went with all versions of Windows. And it wasn't just the card either. I tried multiple cards, multiple adapters, and nothing seemed to work. So, you know, as much as I'd like to have a CF card in here, I couldn't figure it out, so I just gave up and put the hard drive back in here. But, you know, that's no big deal. The hard drive in here seems to work pretty well, so, you know, no big deal, I guess. But if anyone knows what's wrong with that, or why it wouldn't install, and I can give you a more detailed explanation as to what happened if you need me to, but, yeah, basically it just acted as if it was a bad hard drive. So, yeah, if anyone knows what's wrong with that, please let me know. But for now, I put the hard drive back in here. So what I thought I'd do in this video is just give you guys an update with it, as well as reinstall the operating system on it, since I haven't done that in a while, like I said. So anyway, let me open it up here and show you guys the inside, since I don't think I've ever shown it on camera before, actually. Okay. Pop the case off there and get into the inside. Okay, so here's the inside. Here's the hard drive here I was mentioning. It's a 20 gig hard drive, which, you know, again, still works well. It's not showing any sign of dying or anything, but, you know, I just thought I'd upgrade it to a CF card just for, you know, extra reliability. But oh well, if it won't, obviously isn't going to work. So, you know, hard drive works just well for me. Anyway, we got the modem, the USB card, the video card, there's the heat sink there, there's the two CD-ROM drives, as well as the floppy drive. There's a bay where you could put a second hard drive. Yeah, oops, sorry, I was showing the wrong thing. Yeah, there's this bay where you could put a second hard drive. When I got this computer, it actually did have a second hard drive, but I took that out because I really didn't need it. So, yep, that's pretty much it from the inside. Put the case back on. Or, you know what, let me go and turn off the camera. I'm going to set the computer back up, set up the tripod, and we're going to boot this computer up and reinstall Windows. So, I will see you guys then. Bye. Okay guys, so I got the tripod set up, so now let's boot up the computer and we'll reinstall Windows 98. The monitor I'm using with this, is, if you're curious, is the one that I had in the last video. It's just a generic Dell monitor from the era, very similar to the one I have with my original XPS T600. But anyway, let's boot it up and we'll reinstall Windows. I got the CD in there already. Love that boot image there. Let's go into post though so we can see. Make sure it detects everything okay. Yep, it's got an Intel Pentium 3 running at 600 megahertz, 256 gigs of RAM, as you can see there. And it detected both CD-ROM drives as well as the hard drive, which is good. So let's boot from CD-ROM and we'll install Windows. Now the way we're going to be doing this is actually the OEM way. Which, what that will do is allow you to, if it ever asks for the CDs, for the Windows CD, like if you're installing drivers and stuff like that, it will no longer do that. It will install them automatically. So that's pretty neat. I'll show you guys how I do that. Okay, so here we are on the command prompt. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not in the way of the camera here. Yep, I'm good. Okay, anyway, so what we're going to be doing is it's first format the C drive by going to D, change directory 198, and let's format C, /Q for a quick format, /S for system files. Yes. Okay, that went pretty quick. Okay, so now at the drive format, what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be copying the Windows 98 files to the hard drive. So what we're going to do that is we're going to make a few directories. We're going to start with making the Windows directory. Then we're going to make another directory called Options. And then yet another directory, this is the last one, called Cabs. And then finally we're going to copy D/198. Okay, so what this will do is, like I said, basically just allow you to skip any messages that normally ask you to insert the Windows 98 CD. It'll just install, drivers and stuff like that automatically. So that's pretty cool. And this works with any version of Windows 9X, by the way, 95, 98, and ME. So if you're ever installing any of those, definitely use this trick. It's really helpful. Because for whatever reason, Windows 9X, especially 98, is really picky about the CD compared to other versions of Windows. So, yep, definitely use this trick if you can. But anyway, I should be finishing up soon. I think it's got about 70 cab files or so, if I remember correctly. Yep. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so now that the files are copied, let's start setup. You could totally take the CD out now if you wanted to, or just leave it in for now. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot. I like to do the /IS switch to skip scan disk. Okay, so welcome to Windows 98 setup. Let's continue. Okay, when this part comes up, you do not want to do Windows.000. You actually want to do simply /Windows like normal. And it'll yell at you telling you you're going to overwrite files, but you're not going to overwrite files, so just ignore it. And continue on. It's worth noting, by the way, this is the original install CD of Windows 98 2nd Edition that came with my original XPS T600 back in 1999. In fact, I actually have the entire booklet of software and manuals that came with my original T600. I'll probably show that off at the end of the video, actually, but anyway, for now, I always like to do custom. I like to be able to choose what I get. I don't need accessibility. We'll do accessories. We'll keep address book, why not? Desktop themes, definitely. No internet, because it's not going to be connected to the internet. Definitely multimedia. And the web TV for Windows. Let's just name it Win98. I really don't care because it won't be connected to the internet, like I said. I'm just going to try to create a startup disk where we really don't need one, so we'll just ignore it. Okay, now it's going to start copying files. So at this point I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back when the files are done copying. Okay, so it's now finished copying files, so let's just restart the computer. And we'll continue setup. Okay, so we can boot from hard disk this time. Getting ready to run Windows for the first time. Ah yes, I love the Windows 98 boot screen. Brings back a lot of memories of my original T600. Okay, so here we are back in setup. Okay, so it's going to ask for my name and product key, so I'm going to cut for this part. Okay, so I've finished entering my product key, so now it's going to continue with setup. It's roughly about halfway done, so I'll do another cut here and I'll be back when setup is complete. Okay guys, setup is complete, so now let's boot into Windows for the first time. Okay, so now we can boot from hard disk. Okay, so now it's just going to wrap up setup and boot into Windows for the first time. Detect my monitor there, it looks like. Just see if it'll find the driver. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, it looks like it found the driver. That's what I was talking about using the OEM method. Is that it did not ask for the Windows CD. I mean, it's in there anyway, but it, as you can see, the CD-ROM search for in the CD-ROM drive was not checked, meaning that it got that directly off the hard drive. So that's pretty cool. Okay guys, so here we are at the Windows 98 desktop. As you can see, it did not detect the sound driver without a MacLib. That's okay, because we're about to install the drivers anyway. Neither did it the video card, but again, we'll fix that here in a second. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Now, I could just go to Dell's website and get all the drivers there, because they actually still have them available. But to make this more authentic, I mentioned earlier that I have the original software and documentation for this computer. So that being said, we're going to be using this. It's a Dell Dimension Resource CD that came with this computer originally. This disc includes drivers for not only the T600, of course, but also for other Dell Dimensions at the time. So anyway, let's pop that in drive and we'll install the drivers. While that loads up, let me go get something real fast. Okay guys, so here's the launcher for the Dell Dimension Resource CD, but we're actually going to close out of this for now, because I'm going to start off by installing the video driver, which I actually have to do manually. So, to do that, let's go to, sorry about that, something just dropped, as you can hear there, but yep, we're going to go to Advanced, Adapter, We're going to manually choose a location. And we're going to go to the D drive where the Dimension CD is. .198, and the one we want is 1040U right here. So, yep. And this is an NVIDIA TN2 M128, by the way. Yep, as you can see there. And there we go, it finished installing it. So that's it for that. Now, we're not going to actually restart this yet, just because we might as well install the rest of the drives first, and go ahead and, just to save a little time. So let's go back to the resource CD, and install the sound drivers, which can be installed themselves. So, let's go to drivers. The one we want here is the XPS T600 Yamaha audio driver. Hit the wrong one there. Yeah, as you can see, it's got many different drivers for many different computers at the time, but the one we want is the Yamaha driver. So let's go to disk 1 here, setup.exe. Yep, here's the one we want, a Yamaha DS-XG. Pretty nice sound driver, actually, for the time. You'll hear in a second when we do a mini test. Yeah, we'll go ahead and restart, I guess. It's really the only two we need to install for now, actually. The only other one that needs to be installed is the Ethernet driver, which I do not know the name of off the top of my head, actually, so I'll have to do that later, but it's okay, because I'm not even connected to the internet in this room I'm filming in, so I wouldn't be using it anyway. Sorry about that, I gotta restart. When the resource CD's in the disk, I forgot about this, it acts like a 98 boot CD, where it gives you those options, so let's go ahead and reset that. Again, sorry about that, I completely forgot about that, but no big deal. I'm getting really close to my 100th video, by the way. I think this is video 98, or maybe even 99. So I definitely need to start planning what that's going to be. It will be big, I can guarantee you that, but what it's going to be exactly, I do not know yet, but I'll have that figured out soon enough. Yeah, so definitely be looking forward to that in the next few weeks or so. Yep, you can see it. It's just finishing up installing that sound driver. There we go, guys, we have sound. Love that little thing there. But anyway, yep, guys, we have sound, and I just realized you guys are getting really bad flickering right now, so let me change the refresh rate real quick, so you guys don't have seizures. Also, we need to change the color scheme, it looks like. Let's do 60 Hz, should be fine. Okay, let me see if that helped. Oh yeah, that helped a whole bunch, so we'll just leave it at that. Let's change the color to 32-bit. I don't know why I didn't do that automatically, but oh well. I guess I'm gonna have to restart the computer again, so I guess I'll cut here real quick. Love that startup sound. But yep, now we're back with 32 colors, so that looks a whole lot better. Or 32-bit, I'm sorry. But yeah, so not much we can do right now, of course, but let's do a little mini test. Looks like I want to change the background. Might as well. Which one should we do? Let's do, I always like this Windows 98 one. Yeah, I always like that desktop, but anyway. Yep, so there's that. Now let's do a little MIDI test to test out the sound card on here. We'll start off with the famous Canyon test. And Canyon. I don't know why the camera's not focusing right now. There we go, it's better. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a very good sounding sound card on the Yamaha. So let's do one more. Let's do my second favorite MIDI, Passport. Okay guys, so yep, that was the mini test there. Now, I'm not going to show off any games in this video for two reasons. The first reason is I wanted this video to be mainly just an update and kind of a, showing me restoring it. I didn't really want to go too into detail. And two is I'm finally moving soon within the next few weeks. So all my games and software for the most part are packed up. So yep, there's that. So yep, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'll show off the manuals and software now, but for now let's shut off the computer. And stay tuned for the last part of this video. Okay guys, so here is the original box of manuals and software that came with this computer back in 1999. This is a very similar box to what they did back in the day. I know my 4100 that we got later had a very similar looking box. So yep, let me show you what came inside it. Starting off with Work Suite 2000. Next we got a mouseware. This is for the mouse that originally came with this computer. Next we got Norton 2000. I don't think we used this back in the day, but it came with it anyway. That was pretty neat. Next we got a quick start guide for the monitor that came with this computer. It's not the same one I have now, but it's a very similar one. Next we got what we saw earlier. This is the Dell Dimension Resource CD that came with this computer. It includes all the drivers for not only the T600 but also other Dell Dimensions from the time. And last for the software, we've got the Windows 98 CD, second edition. Unlike what they do today with the proprietary discs, this was a original OEM CD that can be used on any computer. Hold on. Sorry about that. I think this is what the 5th video in a row that someone's called me, but anyway, as I was saying, this is before Dell started doing their proprietary install CDs, so this is the original OEM CD from Windows 98 2nd edition. So I use that as my main CD anytime I'm installing Windows 98. So yeah, that's it for the software. Let me show you the manuals. This is for Word 2000. That came with Works 2000. And then I'm going to cover off the key here, but this is the manual for Windows 98. As you can see, Dell. Yep, just the OEM manual, I guess. Turn that upside down so you can't see the product key. Here's the setup guide for it. Just a very short and sweet setup guide, I guess. And finally, we got the main manual. This is a lot thicker, as you can tell. The reference and troubleshooting guide. Yep, you can see there. So yeah, that's it for what came with this computer back in 1999. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. The next video, I believe, is my 100th actually. So be looking for that. It'll be something really big. Don't know what yet, but be looking out for it because it will be really big, I can guarantee you. So, yep, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.